this is the stuff you can't make up, right? So we're in the middle of this thing. We're trying to make sure that we can build a sustainable company. We've taken on new employees. We're trying to make payroll. We're trying to like get these barns built. We're trying to bring something new. We're learning and like implementing and changing and like all this thing's going. And then not only that, but we had 5 or 6 clients who are losing their minds because Christmas is here and the reality of spending it in a camper again is like crushing them. And then in the midst of all of that, we had the coldest day in South Carolina history, I think.
I've never seen our local lakes freeze ever in my entire life. That day they froze. They froze hard.
We had pipes bursting on a job.
It was insanity.
We were up there in the mountains like trying to like deal with that problem, and I remember the phone rang and you walked away. We're out there like chest deep in mud, and you walk away and you came back and you just had this look on your face like
I don't know how to say this.
I said, what happened? And you were like, cows. Cows happened. So tell that story.
So what ended up happening was we got a phone call. We were standing in the middle in the mountains dealing with a pipe burst. And this is literally Christmas Eve. So just so we're clear, both of our wives went through an immense amount of hell week, hell everything, because we're literally trying to juggle these plates of chaos. Chaos has erupted, and they're expecting us to be home for Christmas, and we're over here like, if we leave, we're going to lose everything we got. And phone rang. I think it was Eli.
Mm-hmm.
And he called me and said, I'm going to send you some pictures. The house has been damaged. And I said, okay. And he's like, cows have broken into our house and destroyed it. And my brain heard cows have broken in my house and destroyed it. But my logic was like, ain't no effing way. It's not even possible. I don't even know what he's talking about. And I was like, we're literally knee deep in mud. And I'm like, just send me the pictures. And so I'm standing way down in this yard. And as I'm walking up to TJ, I receive 7 pictures. I'll never forget this. The insulation, this house had already passed roofs, all of the.
We were ready for drywall.
It was ready to be hung in drywall. The mud was in boxes in there. They literally delivered it, and sheetrock was stood up on delivered. And cows had broken into this house and eaten everything from the head height of a cow to the floor in insulation. And they defecated in every room, every spot in this house.
Flooded
This house in cow shit. And my eyes were like, no way. No way. And so then I walk up to TJ and tell him, like, I'm in shock. Like, I'm in complete, utter shock because from the exterior of this home, it's finished. It's finished. If someone drove by this house that day, they would have looked at it and said, it's a finished house. No big deal. Siding's up, windows are in, doors are in, lights are on. It looks finished, except for cows destroyed the inside of that house. And
they broke in. They turned it into a barn.
Oh, they
it was
did.
no longer Barndo. It was a barn.
And I think Derek, or I don't know who the first person on scene was. I think it was Derek.
Well, the funny part is the client is going, what are y'all going to do about this?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, yeah, for sure. We'll, we do this. We handle this kind of stuff. I guess we'll come scoop.
We didn't know what to do.
Cow crap out of your house. And so the whole thing, but here's where it took even crazier, is now the neighbor whose cows they were is angry because what happened to the cows?
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
They left the house. They vacated the house out. They come in. I think they came in the back door, kicked in the back door or something. It was a plug. It was a brand new house. It didn't have handles on it. It had plugs in the door where the doors were shut. Somehow it was a very, very cold snap. I think it got down to like 7 degrees that night. And a vehicle had ran through the fence of his pasture or some crap. Cows got out. They're freezing to death. They find the Pierce residence, which is now Cow Plaza, and kick in the back door, and they exit through the front door, and not a golden brick road, but a cow patty shit fest. And it was insanity. It was insanity. Mario showed up that day. Mario left and went down there, and he was like, Ross, I don't even know what to say to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they left. The cows left out the front door. They went about a mile and a half down the road, and they ended up dead in a ditch. And I think it was like 7 or 8 cows. We didn't even care. We were just like, our house is destroyed. Who's paying?
Well, the good thing was we were just neck deep in stress. So now we had to navigate. What does it look like to clean up behind cows? What's entailed in that?
I remember I told the house that we were at where the pipe burst. I literally showed her and was like, I'm gonna have to go. And she was like, you just go deal with that. She felt sorry for us. It was terrible situation. It was a terrible situation.
But
they didn't make it far though. They died.
Oh yeah. Well, you told me you were like, those cows are gonna die.
Yeah, I knew they were.
No, they won't. They'll be fine.
No.
They were 100 yards down the road.
They were stuffed full of insulin. By the time we got there, them things were like bloated out, arms stuck up in the air.
Yeah, I was just waiting like P to show up in our office, But look, there's no short
story now is we install edible fiberglass insulation now. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, we went to spray foam after that. We were like, I don't know if they can plug spray foam out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is we don't have any shortage of those types of stories. It always happens. And it always happens this time of year.
Something happened this year.
Yeah, the car.
Oh, yes.
Completely finished home.
I was sitting here thinking about what happened this year.
Completely finished home.
Yeah.
Ready for, CO. Like,
that was a God thing, though. I'll be honest with you. If they'd have moved in, then people died.
Mm-hmm.
But completely finished house, CO'd it.
Doing punch-out work.
I got a phone call that morning. Mario called me, sent me a picture, and the house that we built is not a drive-through. So they entered through the corner of the wall and exited it through the back of the house. And
it was like a young
firefighter.
Yeah, he was responding to a call
3-4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Crazy thing was he hit it right in the bedroom, and I promise you guys, it is a God thing. He was going at such a rate of speed. We always, when we build these houses, we always, say, hey, the houses are rated for 130 mile an hour winds, and they're super sustainable. But you can't fight an SUV at 85 miles an hour. You just can't do it. I mean, he hit that. I'm surprised he survived it. He sheared a 6x6 pole in half and peeled a half-inch steel bracket, bolted down to the concrete, completely out of the concrete. I don't know how.
No,
they extricated him out of that house.
Yeah, I remember getting that phone call from you, and you're like, "Have you seen the pictures?" I'm like, "What pictures?" You're like, "Just go look on, pull up Slack and just look." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And so again, we hit Hell Week, right? Which is trying to get people in before Thanksgiving. If you miss Thanksgiving, everybody wants to be in by Christmas. We're just running this rat race every day. We're being told that we're the worst people on the face of the planet because I got to spend Christmas in an Airbnb or whatever. And then this guy is ecstatic because he's like, we're going to be in for the holidays. And then someone drives through his home and
destroyed it.
And we're still in forensic engineering and all this
I've got
a
meeting tomorrow with the engineer.
Yeah. So do you know, what does it look like to piece that back together?
The catch with it is all these things happen and it's misguided frustration. If I had a new builder sitting here today, and I gave him one piece of advice is to put on some thick skin, Bubba. Because there's going to be things that are completely out of your control that have nothing to do with you, and you're going to have to lay down and take that strike. Oh. It happened to us over and over and over.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the Barndo Show podcast. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this content, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And then be sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms at The Barndo Co. Super simple to find us. And then when you're ready to dive in a little more, maybe look around some of our available floor plan options or take a look at the gallery of our work, or maybe you're ready to connect with our team and explore what it looks like to build your dream barndominium, you can visit us online at thebarndoco.com.